Well, hello there, and welcome back to War Thunder. I'm back. I had a fantastic week-long cruise. It was amazing. ATVing in San Juan, uh, laying out on the beach in St. Thomas, and hanging out at Margaritaville and where was that? Grand Turk. It was fantastic week, very relaxing. Glad to be back though, and yeah, maybe I'll talk about that more in the future. But oh, there's an enemy tank in front of us. Shoot it, kill it with fire. I hope you guys enjoyed your weeks as well. And in this video, we're going to talk about a few things. Primarily the multi-turret stuff we deal with now in War Thunder 1.45. I am happy that it dropped while I was gone. I was fully expecting the patch to come out on the Monday after I left, but they waited till Wednesday, and they didn't. I kind of like how they're rolling it out slowly. I think that's good. It doesn't give us too much all at once, and the packs. I liked the fact that the packs were 25% off, and I thought were fairly good values. I bought both, and I'm happy I did. And this first tank I'm driving the Grant, which is the rank 2 premium medium, 2.3 battle rating. And the 75 on the Lee and the Grant just wrecks faces if you can hit them. I had to set up the key bindings for alternating sights, going from primary to secondary sights, and then also the button to reset it to go back to the combined sight, because the 75 is just incredibly useful if you can use the sight on it. If you can't use the sight, it's borderline just a boomstick that you have for when the going gets rough and the enemy are right in front of you. But being able to switch sights, I think, is a great addition by Gaijin. It's a fantastic idea, and you're going to see it used throughout this video because it just gives you so much more flexibility. Right here, I want to use the 37, and I should have really switched to the 75. You see me I did it right there, and this guy just gets the good news as soon as I do, because the 75 obviously is positioned down to the right of the 37's gun sight, so it's never going to, the shells aren't going to be on the same path, and all kinds of issues I'm sure you can imagine. But it just wrecks faces if you give it the chance. The 75 will just wreck things. I mean, come on. I really enjoy the Lee. I actually just unlocked, because I've been trying to play as much as possible to get my Shermans and catch up with the rate that the tanks are being released. There goes another one. Good news is being spread. Good news made in America, that's for sure. So I just recently got the M4A1s, the 3.3 battle rating Sherman. I'm working very hard on the Sherman with the 105. I've heard that the HE was, I guess nerfed, but maybe fixed, and that the heat is a fairly good shell. Obviously I'll have to try out both, but right here, this is one thing I do like about the Lee. It is durable enough to take a little bit of punishment. Now, the issue I have here is that both of my guns are actually out. My gunner's dead, and I can't actually move either the turret or the traverses for the guns. The only way I can actually shoot right now is I can fire the 37, but back to the left of the tank, or back to the right if you're facing forward. So I'm trying to like worm my way around. I just realized, oh my god, I can fire my gun. And I'm like, oh, I need to figure out a way to deal with this. But look at all this punishment. Now it is a Panzer IIc, but that is a Stuart, and the Stuart has a decent gun. Right? All the American tanks have decent guns. And so far, the American thing seems to be good gun depression, durability from the front, but top speed's a little weak, but it's combined with the fact that they are durable from the front, and they have very powerful 75mm guns and 76mm guns. I've ran into Shermans. I haven't. I'm recording this prior to me playing my first Sherman, but having run into them, they're very, very strong. The second Sherman, I think it's just the M4, seems incredibly strong from the front. It has the extra plates bolted on to give it extra armor at the front. The side armor's still weak, but I mean, as long as you're not taking hits on the side, it doesn't matter. Most tanks, when you get hit in the side, you're toast anyway. So I am really, really enjoying patch 1.45, what we have at the moment. The artillery system change, thank God. I really, really like the way artillery is done right now. It seems more like what artillery should be, in the sense that I like how it doesn't give you an advantage. It doesn't really give medium tanks an advantage in terms of information, because you can't use it to get that higher perspective now. Now it's just you point and click on the minimap, which honestly makes it probably a little more accurate, so will increase its usefulness, but also prevents you from exploiting it and making it really difficult for tanks to... Basically, you make it difficult for there to be any mind games, and mind games are what make competitive multiplayer games so much fun. I think for me, you're being competitive and you're also trying to outthink your opponent. I think that's really important. So if you give one classification of tank and the ability to take away all those mind games, then it's a little sad for me, but I'm really happy with the changes. I think they were awesome. Something else I noticed is that I was just poking around with the American tech tree as a whole, just like looking at all the various tanks and seeing what the guns are like. I can't wait for the M103. It seems like, I mean, just looking at the penetration values of the AP, which it only has the AP and the HE, you can penetrate the front of a Jagdtiger almost to 1,000 meters. Like, whoa. You can penetrate the front of any German tank aside from the Jagdtiger, assuming lower plate is covered, out past 2,000 meters. And it's a 120mm shell. That thing's going to pack a punch. Great muzzle velocity. God. And the turret and the armor layout looks effective out to decent ranges. The armor, yeah, I don't think it's the best armored tank, but it's no slouch, that's for sure. It is heavily armored for what it really, I think, will be meant to do, and it's really kind of a counter to the idea that German tanks are these superb long-range snipers. It's got the gun and the armor to hang and bang with Germans and can penetrate them at just about any range. And it still has the durability to face off with Russian guns at range and German guns at range. It's not very fast, but I don't know, the gun seems like it's designed to just blast heavily armored targets like T-54s, like Jagdtigers, like Tiger 2s. I think the M103 will be really strong. From the side, it's paper, but if you get hit in the side, like I've said it many times, you get hit in the side, what the heck has happened to my tank here? I'm taking all kinds of hits. In terms of what's happening in the game, honestly, it's an arcade game and just tanks are dying everywhere. I've gotten a fair few of... Plenty of good news has been delivered in this game, that's for sure. There's some Stuarts and an M2 who are just laying into me with machine guns and their guns. But the Lee is durable enough at this range where that's not really an issue. And I have this 75mm gun. Granted, okay, his gunner just got the good news square in the face. The 75 isn't very accurate. It's actually really inaccurate. The key is, though, that it packs a serious punch. And the ranges that the Stuarts have to get to really hurt you, your 75 is going to wreck them long before they get there. One of the keys is going to be that you need to find a control scheme where you can switch between the sights very quickly and efficiently. For me, I have my primary sight, so in this case the 37, on my R button, the 75 on my F button, and then G resets it all. So it takes me back to the view I'm in now. And I found that that works for me. I'm not entirely sure. I might change it, but as far as I can tell, it's a decent setup, and as long as it doesn't get me killed, I'll be okay with it. The one annoying thing about American guns is that their shells the damaging effects tend to be very poor. Like there's a lot of times there's no fragmentation, but then again, when I am shooting like very lightly armored targets here, I'm shooting Stewarts, and unfortunately in my Lee I don't have fire extinguishers yet, lol, so I'm just gonna burn out here. In my Grant obviously I do, but that's a premium. So no fire extinguishers, that means I'm basically cooked. There I go. But we're gonna skip forward to when we get to the post-battle screen. So it was a really great game. I mean, it was really fun. It's just the Lee was just, the Grant and the Lee were just smoking everybody. But I'm back. I'm back from vacation. I hope you guys had a great week, and you'll be hearing from me again very soon. So take care. I'll see you next time.